Wow, we've reached the end of March already. It's gone by so fast. Let's see if I can. It's just gone by so fast and so quickly. I hope you have enjoyed the previous If Then episodes. I've put a lot of work into them. And the Flashback Mondays. I hope you continue to watch those on Monday, doing our Romantic Times book reviews, and the Star Trek Fridays, and my daily book reviews, and my If Then. Welcome to If Then. I've been trying really hard to do some good If Thens, and I've gotten sidetracked every single time I've tried to do an If Then, and she's always going up. Please check out my New Year's video to see her identity. And Star Trek Fridays, because I'm a series person. I like series. I like to get to know the character's progression. So we've got a couple of different books today. And this is going to be, I've been trying to do sci-fi forever, and I'm not getting there very quickly at all. So, do you like Miss Sherrilyn Kenyon's Dragonsworn? Or Dragonbane? Or Dragon Mark? Are you into dragons? Well then, you might like some of these. So, help me out here, like and subscribe. This is the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, KEARNEY. This is where I read books, talk about books, and this is our Friday afternoon edition of If Then. If you like this, maybe then you'll like this one. If Then. And I didn't realize I had so many of these. Sorry. But, so, we're going to do some of these too. So this video is going to take about 10 hours to upload. You can have the fastest internet in the world, but if your computer's a turtle, that's how fast it's going to get uploaded, like a turtle. And this channel is growing like a turtle, by the way. I haven't had many new subscribers this week at all. In fact, none. So I could use a few like and subscribes, and if you hang out, could you please hang out a while? My analytics say you're already logged off by this point in my videos. So we're just gonna shoot from here. Yay, it's March. Yay, it's dragon time. So let's start with right. I've got a couple of these. Sometimes I couldn't find the first one in the series, so I just picked the one that was available. JENN LYONS, The Ruin of Kings, Book 1. When destiny calls, there's no fighting back. Karen grew up in the slums of Kor, a thief and a minstrel's son raised on tales of long-lost princes and magnificent quests. When he is claimed against his will as the missing son of a treasonous prince, Karen finds himself at the mercy of his new family's ruthless power, plays, and political ambitions. Practically a prisoner, Karen discovers that being a long-lost prince is nothing like what the storybooks have promised. The storybooks lied about other things, too. Dragons, demons, gods, prophecies, true love, and how the hero always wins. Then again, maybe he isn't the hero after all, for Kern is not destined to save the Empire. He's destined to destroy it. Ooh. That one. Promised in Fire, Jasmine WALT. And I will do an honorable mention. I didn't pull them out. I should have. Because I haven't. I'm going to do another If Then series on the Fae. This one has dragons and Fae in it. But Laurel K. Hamilton Mary has Faye's in it. Karen Marie Moaning, it has a whole series. Dragon Fever, Blood Fever, Fae Fever on Fae. So we'll get into that in another if them. So Promised in Fire of Dragons and Fae, Jasmine Walt. A Fae with impossible magic. Adria has been an outsider for as long as she can remember. Born and raised in the Earth Fae realm, she's a water Fae who can't control her magic, making her not just useless but downright dangerous at times. When a training mishap accidentally unleashes a hidden magic inside her, Adria finds herself on the run. The king wants to use her powers for nefarious reasons, and he'll stop at nothing to obtain her, including kidnapping and torturing Adrian's own mother. A dragon awoken from slumber. As the last of his kind, Ennar wants to do nothing with the kingdom of Edra or its problems. The Fae haunted his kind to extinction. He harbors only hatred for them in his heart. But when a beautiful Fae awakens him from an enchanted slumber, Engar is ensnared, and while he would rather die than submit to any Fae, every fiber of his body screams to claim her as his own. The last thing Adra and Enna want to do is join forces, no matter how scorching the passion between them is. But a dark magic is sweeping through the land, rotting the kingdom from the inside out, and if the two cannot put aside centuries-old feuds, their races will lose everything. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Okay, I'm good. All right, and The Shadows of the Gods, John Gwynne. When the gods fought, it was a battle so savage they destroyed themselves, leaving nothing but their bones and the broken land of Vigrid in their wake. Now as whispers of war echo over the fields and across the plains, fate follows in the footsteps of three warriors, a huntress on a perilous quest, a noblewoman pursuing battle fame, and a thrall seeking retribution among the mercenaries known as the Bloodsworn. Okay. And if you watched my Flashback Monday, you saw me mention this one, and this is what gave me the idea. Sarah Abe, the Treasure Keeper. Treasure Keeper. Readers fell in love with Abe's dragon in The Smoke Thief, and the infatuation continues in the fourth book in the series. Complex, enthralling, and captivating, Abe's storytelling has you soaring through wild adventures and spellbinding scenes, and made possible by the power of love and the forces of magic. You'll believe in these fabled creatures and let your imagination take flight. Zoe Crean Lane is one of the Darkfrith's common seamstresses with no gifts and untried powers. Then the word reaches the Dracon community that Lord Rias Langford is being held captive and that her fiancé Hayden has been sent to hunt down those who track the Dracon. It's then that Zoe discovers she has the power of invisibility, so when Hayden goes missing in Paris, Zoe is determined to find him. She searches the city to no avail until the night she sees Rias through her bedroom mirror. An unexplained psychic link binds them, and though he's not there in body, he's in spirit. Zoe is his chance to escape the hunters and find the means to save their home and the Dragons. And Jade Lee. Dragon Bound. Right there. Dragon Bound. It got 4.5 stars. The seductive and dangerous magic of dragons returns in the follow-up to the last year's Dragonborn. Gifted storyteller Lee deftly unfolds her tale by having the chapters alternate between past and present events. Emotions can run deep for those psychologically scarred protagonists, and the world they face is unforgiving. Leave it to Lee to create a story so darkly intense and so highly compelling. Sabine's fate as a dragon maid was sealed when she was 10 years old. Hatred for her parents, who have effectively condemned her to earthly death and madness, is the first emotion that Sabine shares with the terrifying copper dragon. Over time, a unique bond develops between the enslaved dragon Corden and his relevant servant, one that even defies the power of Dag Draco. Years later, when evil Dag Draco is finally destroyed, Corden's soul is trapped in Dag Draco's body. Determined to find the Dragon Man and answers, Sabine tracks Gordon only to discover his memories damaged. Without the copper dragon, the people of Reagan are weakened and vulnerable to their enemies, and these star-crossed lovers destined to find peace. Loving dragon stories. Don't you love loving dragon stories? Then, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. I've got a couple of these. I just wanted to show them. This one, I'm sorry if they're coming out of order. Doom of the Dragons. Having fought and defeated both men and gods, Skyland Everson has finally married Aislinn and become the chief of chiefs of the fearsome Vindasa. Before he and Aislinn can complete their quest, a cruel of fate strikes Skyland, leaving him suspended between life and death. Now he must reclaim his life and seek the final dragon bone talisman, believed to be held by the powerful wizards known as Stormlords. Meanwhile, the rogue and god Aislinn, along with the Emperor Rhaegar, is also in search of talisman. Human hosts Skyland and Aislinn must rally the faithful Vindrasi warriors, along with their ogre and cyclop allies, in a final battle if they hope to recover the last dragon bone, the key to the ultimate victory before it can be snatched away by the forces of evil. Another one in the same series. I'm sorry if I'm doing this out of order. Rage of Dragons. Skyland Everson is the god-chosen chief of all Vindus clans, and he has finally been accepted as the proper leader of the people. But the gods from whom the Vindus drew their earth-dwelling power are besieged by a new generation of gods who are challenging them for the powers of creation. The only way to stop the brash interlopers lies within the 5 bones of the Vaketa dragon, the primal dragon forged with the creation of the world, which have been lost for generations. With the gods of the New Dawn amassing a vast army, Skyland has been forced to find new allies among the ogres who were formerly the bitter enemies of his people. When the valiant chief calls upon the ogres to fight their common foes, they soon find themselves in the middle of an even larger war. Skyland and his Vendasi clan must sail the Sea of Tears to implement a cunning yet delicate plan that risks his life and leadership at every turn. As a new enemy emerges from deep within the sea, one who draws upon powers never harnessed by land dwellers, Skyland and his crew face yet more treachery. He will need to call upon his dragon ship and its magic to save the people and his life. E.E. Knight, Dragon Fate. This is book 6. I'm sorry I couldn't find book 1. Since they were separated years ago by ravening dwarves, they have struggled to live both with and without one another. I'm sorry. Bing, 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 bing. No more. Oh, cool. Since they were separated years ago by ravening dwarves, they have struggled to live both with and without another. Aron the Grey, intelligent, scaleless, and wary of all others. Whistle the Green, the spirited leader of dragon female warrior Kadra, and Rugard the Copper, the ruthless, dominant outcast turned emperor. After fighting a war that cost each of them kingdom and land, friends and family, honor and glory have been removed themselves from the troubles of the world, but the order they fought to establish is falling apart. Ancient sorceries have been awakened. Dragons battle dragons. Men are taking up arms against their winged overlords. Interesting. Now, I've got a couple. Let's see now. G.A. AIKEN, What a Dragon Should Know. Only for those I love would I traipse into merciless Northlands to risk life and limb and my exquisite beauty. But do they appreciate it? Do they say, Gwenville the handsome, you are the best among us, the most loved of all dragons? No. For all centuries, my family has refused to acknowledge my magnificence as well as my innate humility. Yet for them, and because I'm so chivalrous, I will brave the worst of this land has to offer. Reign of the Dragon Queen, Book 1, Candace Connor. So here I stand waiting to broker an alliance with the one the Northlanders call the Beast. A being so fearful the greatest warriors will only whisper his name. Yet I, Gwenville, will struggle courageously face down this terrifying woman. It turns out the Beast, aka Dagmar Reinhold, is a woman, one with steel gray eyes and a shocking disregard for my good looks. Beneath her plain robes and prim spectacles lies a sensual creature waiting to be unleashed. Who better than a dragon to draw out that icy demeanor? An outsider is chosen to be the next Dragon Queen. Can she gain trust of her people and lead them to victory against a deadly enemy? When a spoiled heiress visits the stronghold of the Dragon Riders, she has no idea how much her life will change. All Meline over the... I should have numbered these. Yeah, okay, so it's the same book. When a spoiled heiress visits the stronghold of the Dragon Riders, she had no idea how much her life will change. All Meline ever wanted was to leave as quickly as possible so she can take over her ruling father's kingdom. A voice calls out in the middle of the night. She stumbles upon a queen egg destined for her. Soon as she bonds with the Dragon Queen, it becomes clear that no one wants her here, and the life she once dreamt of will never happen. Alone in this strange place, Melanine is nothing short of trapped by the current leader who refuses to give up power to make way for the new queen. While trying to navigate around the duplicitous leader, a new battle emerges with an ancient enemy that resurfaced with the birth of her dragon. To lead the dragon folk against these deadly creatures, she must learn how to inspire people who never wanted her in the first place. Aww. A Dragon of Legend, Susan Kearney. Some hot and heavy dragon stuff here, some romancy stuff. Lucian Rourke, failure is not an option. If he fails, Earth perishes. Ancient clues have led him to the planet Pendragon, the last known resting place of the mystical Holy Grail, Earth's last chance. Lady Sel-El, priestess and the only dragon shaper on her world, is destined to live an untouched by love and mate. When she agrees to aid Lucian in his desperate search, she must fight the passionate attraction going between them. She's been less than truthful, and if they succeed in recovering the Grail, she will be honored bound to betray Lucian and Earth. When Seal finally admits the terrifying truth, she shadows Lucian and threatens his mission to save humanity. He must make a catastrophic choice. Dragons prefer blondes. Alice Carruthers is a sassy socialite who knows when it's time to turn in her dancing shoes and kick some serious dragon booty. But when the JENN, the dragon warrior who's tried to kill her numerous times, chooses her as his mate, Alex finds herself in a situation that's too hot to handle. For help, she turns to Jake, head of Carruthers Security and a total hottie in a suit, and asks him to pose as her boyfriend. Their only relationship might be a fake, but Alex can't deny that one touch from Jake makes her burn hotter than any dragon could. And Ergon by Christopher Paolini. Ergon and the fledgling dragon must navigate the dangerous terrain and dark enemies of an empire ruled by a king whose evil knows no bounds. Can Ergon take up the mantle of the legendary dragon riders? When Egon finds a polished blue stone in the forest, he thinks it's the lucky discovery of a poor farm boy. Perhaps it will buy his family meat for the winter. When the dragon stone brings a dragon hatchling, Ergon realizes he stumbled upon a legacy nearly as old as the Empire itself. Overnight, his simple life is shattered and he thrusts into perilous new world of destiny, magic, and power. With only an ancient sword and the advice of an old storyteller for guidance, Ergon and fledgling dragon must navigate the dangerous terrain and dark enemies of the Empire ruled by King, whose evil knows no bounds. Can Egon take up the mantle of the legendary dragon riders? The fate of the Empire rests in his hands. Now, getting a little on the silly side with my dragons here. Katie McAllister, light my fire. It's not easy being a demon lord, a guardian, and a wyrn mate all at once. Luckily, I moved to London to study all the things guardians with my mentor. A new start is exactly what I need after being betrayed again by Drake. Wyrn of the Green Dragons, though I'm supposedly immortal, I'm not sure my heart can take another beating. But I'm still officially Drake's mate, and my presence is required at a meeting of the Green Dragons. How am I going to keep my distance from that fire-breathing hunk is beyond me. It doesn't help that several annoying attempts have made on my life, or that I'm wanted by the entire worldly population of imps, since Jim, my doggy demon sidekick, accidentally ate their ruler. Being an alpha dragon and all that, Drake is sure to get protective of me, when he might not be a bad thing when war breaks out and all hell breaks loose. And these are not in order either. I'm sorry. Me and my shadow. May Northcott is a woman at the end of her rope. She'd almost gotten to her employer, the ex-demon lord Magath, spending his days hanging around her home and interrupting her private moments with her lover Gabriel. Then trouble appears on her doorstep in the form of a nearly dead man. With May fighting to control the dragon shard, Magath wrangles to regain his position and powers, and a mysterious and deadly dragon bent on their destruction. Gabriel has his work cut out for him. Now he'll have to claw his way through all the distractions and convince May that their love is strong enough to conquer all of their enemies. Holy smokes. The dragon of my dreams, uber sexy Jake Virgo, Wyrn of the Green Dragons, has finally decided to make an honest woman of me. That is, if we ever make it to the wedding at the same time. Being left at the altar may have cooled my jets, but not my passion. A good thing when Drake disappears, it's up to me to find him. Most brides have in-laws to worry about. Me, I have warring dragons, ticked-off demon lords, eternal damnation, and a mage who wants to challenge me for otherworldly position I don't even want. You slay me. Literally, my prior career as a courier began and ended when I traveled to Paris to deliver a 600-year-old golden dragon statue and learned I was a guardian. That's a keeper of the gates to hell to you mere mortals. This I found out from Drake Vero, a scrumptiously sexy, in human form at least, a real-life dragon. He stole my artifact out from under my nose and from under the dead body of the person I was supposed to deliver it to. Oops. After tracking Drake down to a local bar, I discover I'm also a Wren's mate. And wouldn't you know, Drake is a Wren. He wouldn't just be some underling, he had to be the head dragon. But the fact that he's the prime suspect behind the murders in Paris's immortal underworld, murders I must solve in order to clear my suddenly soiled name, means it will take some convincing to get me to partake of the sensual pleasures he offers. Just because I'm naive doesn't mean I'm easy. Playing with fire. Gabriel Tan, the leader of the Silver Dragons, can't take his eyes off May Northcott. Not even when May, who has the unique talent of being able to hide in the shadows, has slipped from everyone's sight. May, however, has little time for Gabriel when she's hiding from the otherworld law, hunting down a blackmailer and trying to avoid a demon lord's demands. But her ability to withstand Gabriel's fire marks her as his mate, and he has no intention of letting her disappear into the darkness she seems to prefer. Wow, there's a lot of these. Dragonfall. For Alov, Jacob, seeing is believing, and she's seen some extraordinary things. It's too bad no one else believed that she witnessed a supernatural murder at an outdoor fair. Returning to the scene for proof, Alov encounters a wisecracking demon dog and a gloriously naked man who can shift into a dragon and kiss like a god. Now thrust into a fantastical world that's both exhilarating and terrifying, Alov is about to learn just how hot a dragon fire burns. Ooh, sexy. Dragonstorm. According to some, including himself, Constantine is one of the greatest heroes of dragonkin who ever lived. Too bad he's now lonelier than ever, and his biggest adventure involves a blow-up sheep until his opportunity to save his kind once again. All Constantine has to do is break into Demon's dungeon, steal an artifact, and reverse a deadly curse. The plan certainly does not evolve around rescuing a woman. Sparks fly. Ysolde de Buscher has a lot on her plate, which isn't unusual considering her light dragon mate. Baltic is still at odds with just about everyone, including his former guard Thalia and her outlaw posse, as well as his dragon godfather. Isolde herself fares no better since the first dragon has her in his sights too, and is demanding that she right past wrongs, but her time to do that is quickly running out. Love in Time of Dragons. Telly Sullivan is just like any other suburban mom, unless you count the days every year that she zones out and turns base metals into gold. Those are weird. And now she's woken up in a strange place surrounded by strange people who keep insisting that they're dragons and that she's one too. But not just any dragon. She's Ysolde de Buscher, a famed figure of dragon history. The unbearable likeness of dragons. Ysolde Butcher is a woman beset with trials. The dragon part of her, which was buried deep for centuries, is still making itself known, but in ways that just don't make sense. She's continuing to have visitors, but now they involve events she wasn't even present to witness. The dragon soul. Yafia Long knows that escorting her Octogenarian client to Europe will be an adventure. Miss P has a habit of stealing anything shiny, and the former hoochie coochie dancer is a lot faster than she looks. Oh, and I have a note on this. I should have done this one earlier. Memoirs of the Dragon Hunter. One moment I was a normal, somewhat germophobic math teacher getting ready for summer vacation. Then my sister died in a pile of black ash, leaving me with a sword, and her destiny is a dragon hunter. It turns out there's a whole other world out there filled with demons, dragons, and spirits. Now my job is to protect mortals, and I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Okay, so, when I first read these, well, all right, let's do these real quick, and then we'll get to the Anne McCarty, Dragon's Fire with Todd McCarthy. Bringing fresh wonders and dangers to light in the skies of Pern, Anne McCarthy and her son Todd McCarthy demonstrate his writing talents in the best-selling novels Dragon King and Dragon's Blood, return with their second collaboration, a thrilling adventure of discovery and fate. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing. Sorry for the interruption. Bing, 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 bing. So 9. Pella is an orphan taken in the Master Harp resists. The born mute Peller is a gifted tracker, and when Zitz sets off to take over as Harper from Natalian's coal mining camp, Pillar, along with his fire lizard Chitter, joins him on a secret mission of his own to find out if reports thefts of coal are the work of shunned criminals condemned to life of wandering and hardship. And there, Anna McCarthy by herself. The girl who heard dragons. MCCAFFREY dragons are stuff of which fantasies are made. All of her dragon books for many years have been national bestsellers. The Girl Who Heard Dragons is feast for McCarthy fans and for all readers. A big, satisfying compilation of a fiction never before collected in a McCarthy book. Best of all, it opens with the original short novel of Pern, The Girl Who Heard Dragons. Okay, now, Miss Kenyon here. I know I did a couple of those out of order. I really apologize for that, if you're still here. Which one of these was the first one? Let's look. 17, 15, 16. Okay, so it starts with this one. And I'm gonna tell you that, oh no, that was the other book. I was thinking of the Dead. Okay, so this is the first one. Sherrilyn Kenyon, Dragonbane. As part of the Dark Hunter series, we will be doing all of the Dark Hunter books later this year. Of all the mysterious boarders who call Sanctuary home, no one is more antisocial or withdrawn than Maxis Drago. But then it's hard to blend in with the modern world when you have a 50-foot wingspan. Centuries ago, he was cursed by an enemy who swore to see him fall. An enemy who took everything from him and left him forever secluded. The fate is a bitch with a wicked sense of humor, and when she throws old enemies together and threatens the wife he thought he had died centuries ago, he comes back with a vengeance. Dragon Mark. Centuries ago, Ilion was betrayed, a dragon made human against his will, then forced to serve humanity as a dragon mount in their army and to fight for them in barbaric wars, even while he hated everything about them. Enslaved and separated from everyone he knew and from his own dragon brothers, he was forced into exile in a fey realm where he lost the only thing he ever really loved. And our last one, Dragonsworn. There is nothing in the universe the cursed dragon Phelan hates more than humanity except Greek humans in a war he wanted no part of. They systematically destroyed everything he ever cared for. Now he waits for the day when evolution will finally rid him of human vermin. Medea was born the granddaughter of the Greek god Apollo and among the first of his people whom he cursed to die, but she will not let anyone rule her life, not even her notorious grandfather, and when Apollo sends a new plague to destroy what remains of her people, she refuses to stand by and watch him take everything she loves. This time she knows of a secret weapon that can stop the ancient gods and his army of demons, once and for all. However, said device is in the hands of a dragon who wants nothing to do with the policies, the gods, humanity, demons, or acolytes, and especially not her. He is the immortal, immovable object. We will be doing the Dark Hunter soon. Don't worry about that. So, I hope you liked my if-then, my exploration of dragons. We've got enough of them here. Quite a few series. That E.E. Knight and Margaret Weiss and Hickman and John Gwynne and Anne McCaffrey and Anne MCCAFFREY and her son, Todd. All of Katie McAllister's and Jen Lyons, and of course, my Kenyon'S, which we will be doing soon. So, if you like one, do you like the other? I hope you like and subscribe too. Have a good day. Thank you.